my lord. Yes, my liege. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. On my way.
One of the recently found ruins is an ancient temple which holds several artifacts. However, the place is not entirely deserted. A hermit lives here, and although he obviously has no use for these items, he claims right of possession over them. Our scouts have found a ruined castle from the time of the legendary King Vortigern. The whole place emanates strong magic and is likely to be filled with forgotten treasures.
On my way. On my way.
Our scouts have found a ruined castle from the time.
Ready to serve. On my way.
Refugees continue flocking to the new provinces from the areas that have succumbed to the wasteland, but they typically have a difficult time finding work.
On my way.
A controversy occurred near the border of your kingdom. A group of refugees have recently crossed over from Meacham, but the captain of the local guards wants to arrest them for theft. They say the refugees stole a Christian relic as they passed by a nearby church. The leader of the refugees is a priest who rejects the accusations and is threatening to bring the matter before the bishop's council. Since they are on your land, they request your judgment.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
spell was cast. Your soldiers are going to die. A spell was cast.
Fire!
A spell has been cast. Your soldiers are going to die. The enemy has cast a spell. Your men are going to die.
Fire! Fire!
Your soldiers are going to die. Your unit is going to die. units are in danger. A spell was cast. Your units are in danger. Your unit is going to die. Cast a spell. Victory is near. A spell has been cast. Your men are going to die.
My lord, although the purge of the Fomorian nest dealt the enemy a devastating blow, I'm afraid that it only marks the beginning of a new quest, even more challenging than the one before. In the Fomorian nest, we found a gate to the darkest reaches of the otherworld. As long as it remains open, the Fomorians will continue to swarm into our world. The Grail was supposed to be able to close these gates. Now, you must find out how to replace the mightiest artifact in the world.
Yes, my liege.
Because the fateful attack on King Arthur took place in Medisham under the watchful eye of the Guardians of the Grail, many of your followers blamed them for the cataclysm. As a result, Lord Raymond, Medisham's new regent and former head of the Guardians, keeps a wary eye on Heartwood Keep. If you made a gesture showing that you harbor no ill will against him, he would surely be more open to cooperation.
Medisham is a devoutly Christian province, where the numerous monasteries nurture all kinds of scholarly studies, and they even have one festival dedicated to scholarly matters. It's held on the birthday of the regent, and the gifts presented to the ruler should serve the common need, which means that the usual presents like war horses or elaborate armor are not too popular.
The scholars of Medisham have a considerable reputation as the masters of the arcane and the keepers of ancient secrets. If you wish to gain a deeper understanding of these mysteries, you should turn to them. The Fomorians are threatening to overrun all the lands. Never before has Britannia faced an invasion on such a terrible scale. And the only way to survive is to form a great alliance between all the new kingdoms.
On my way.
As a proud Welshman, King Dafydd never liked to be a part of Arthur's kingdom, and he was among the first to declare independence when news of Arthur's condition began to spread. However, the cataclysm and the return of the dragons to Wales has changed his tone. He might be ready to negotiate. However, technically he has committed high treason, so he will look upon any overture with mistrust. If you wish to open talks with him, the first step would be an assurance of safety.
Sir, I am compelled to admit defeat. I have spent an entire year tending your father, but his condition has not improved. His wounds are clearly magical in nature, but never before have I seen anything like these. Oh, I'm certain there is only one man who could suggest a cure, and that is Merlin. Have you considered finding his apprentices? I learned that one of them, Broderick, has just made an appearance in Worcester. He might know something of his master.
On my way.
Sir Camelot advised you to look for the secret of the seals and gates in this monastery. The monks living here have spent decades researching the gates to the otherworldly place called Samain, so they might be able to help. There is a storm raging when you reach the monastery, so you leave your army behind in a valley to seek shelter in the village. The abbot greets you in a friendly manner, shows you to your room, then invites you to dinner. You can ask your questions about the Fomorian Gate then. The abbot tells you that after years of studying the old tomes, they found a way to close the gates to Samain. But before they share the secret with you, they ask you something in return. A holy relic disappeared from the monastery last night, and they want to know who stole it. The abbot tells you that nobody left the monastery because of the storm, so the thief must be inside. There is a knight here who was looking for shelter, so you might start the investigation by asking him.
I don't know much about him, but his name is Sir William. I had never seen him before, only yesterday, when he asked for shelter from the storm. He spends his time in the tower room. The most useful property of the artifact is that it is able to protect us inside the walls, all of us Christians, from demonic influence, and keeps the possessed outside.
You find Sir William in his room, and he seems anxious to be on his way. He is only waiting for the roads to become passable. He greets you politely and asks what he can do for you.
A noise woke me up. I heard the voice of a young priest, Jonas, but I couldn't understand what he was saying or who he was talking to. I drank some wine with Father Bernard. He got a little tipsy and fell asleep, so I went to my room.
The abbot greets you in a friendly manner, then asks you how he could help you.
Who is the person you want to know more about? The father has been living among us for ages, but he will be leaving the monastery soon, because he was called to join the court of a nobleman. Bernard is a good man. His only flaw is that he loves wine.
Father Bernard is a short, stubby man with a red nose who smiles like a simpleton.
How can I help you, my child?
He asks you.
Indeed, after the prophet left to pray, we started sipping wine with the knight. After a while, I even had a slumber on the table. Yes, the nobleman has just been baptized and has asked me to be the priest of his newly built church. I am just waiting for the condition of the roads to improve and I shall be on my way.
The abbot greets you in a friendly manner, then asks you how he could help.
Who is the person you want to know more about? The young priest Jonas arrived here half a year ago after he heard about the prophet who lives at our monastery, and he wanted to learn from him. He's been serving us faithfully since then, and we are satisfied with him.
The young priest is a scrawny young lad who can't be older than 16. He has a devout expression on his gaunt face when he greets you.
Yes, I know Father Bernard very well already, and when I finished my prayers, I went down to help him get to his room. No, nothing unusual happened.
The abbot greets you in a friendly manner, then asks you how he could help.
Who is the person you want to know more about? He is a holy man who never lies. We all feel tremendous respect for him. We are happy to have him among us. He is a good example to us all.
The prophet is an old man with long hair and a bushy beard. His face is peaceful, and he gives you a friendly greeting.
I went to the chapel to pray and only arrived back at my room at night.
I saw someone rushing away down the corridor, but I couldn't tell who it was. My eyes are not as good as they used to be, but I am sure he was not wearing a robe. Yes, he's planning to travel to the court of Sir Trevor. He will be very busy, because there are many pagans there. The young priest also arrived from that area, but his devotion is without any doubt. According to the legend, it heals diseases, but it only helps Christians. Those whose faith is not true enough had better stay away from it. Moreover, it defends the monastery by keeping the possessed outside. The abbot greets you in a friendly manner, then asks you how he could help you.
Who do you want to talk to? I would be happy to help you.
You find Sir William in his room, and he seems anxious to be on his way. He is only waiting for the roads to become passable.
Yes, I have heard about them. His family has been suffering from a horrible disease for generations. Maybe that is the reason they got baptized. They hoped the power of prayer would help them.
The abbot greets you in a friendly manner. Then
Who do you want to talk to? I would be happy to help you.
Father Bernard is a short, stubby man. The abbot greets you in a friendly manner. Then
Who do you want to talk to? I would be happy to help you.
The prophet is an old man with long hair and a bushy beard. The abbot greets you in a friendly manner.
Who do you want to talk to? I would be happy to help you.
The young priest is a scrawny young lad who can't be older than 60.
Yes, I grew up on his lands. He was a believer of the old faith at that time. He just got baptized recently. The wedding of his daughter was still a pagan ritual, but you should ask the knight about this, because he was the one who married her.
You find Sir William in his room, and he seems anxious to be on his way. He is only waiting for the roads to become passable. The knight cracks under the weight of accusation and admits that he stole the holy relic. He says his intentions were all good. He only wanted to heal his love. The abbot is very thankful and tells you that before the Grail shattered into pieces, it was kept in Meadsham, and its powers can still be felt in the province. Not because it was there for a long time, but because a shard of it remains there to this day.
The Shard of the Grail is powerful enough to close the demonic gates, but you have to take it from the Lord of Meacham,
He tells you. You spend the night in the monastery, then return to your army. Just as you leave the monastery, one of the monks seeks you out. He introduces himself as Brother Ignatius and tells you that he has decided to join you on your quest to save Britannia. He is a holy man who also possesses considerable arcane abilities, which may be very useful in the future.
So they still have a Shard of the Grail in Meadsham. That would explain how they have managed to resist Fomorian influence thus far. My lord, I suggest that we begin diplomatic negotiations with Meadsham immediately, and convince them to part with the Shard for the sake of Britannia. If our diplomatic relations are good enough, they will surely see reason. Otherwise, I'm afraid, we'll have no choice but to take the Shard by force.
The Regent of Medisham has built an extensive trade network across all the remaining regions of Britannia and the territories beyond. This grants them The Regent of Medisham is dedicated to maintaining the growth of his province, even in the face of constant Fomorian threats. The Holy Grail has been destroyed, but the shards that hold the essence of this mightiest of artifacts were scattered all over Britannia. You desperately need one of these shards to seal the otherworldly gates that open into the void from whence the Fomorians come. One of the shards remains in the possession of the current Regent of Medicine, where the Guardians once kept the Grail. The Holy Grail has been destroyed, but the shards that hold the essence of this mightiest of artifacts were scattered all over Britannia. You desperately need one of these shards to seal the...
Ready to serve.
Yes, my lord. Ready to serve.
The Fomorians are threatening to overrun all the land.
Yes, my lord. On my way. Ready to serve. Yes, my lord.
You have been hearing disturbance.
Yes, my liege. On my way.
Hear my words, good sir, for I come with a grave warning. The wild forests of Bedegraine shelter refugees sworn to Sabors. Although he was once a knight of the Round Table, he no longer trusts King Arthur, and he plans to move against Heartwood Keep. You must deal with this threat immediately, but beware. Bors is a very powerful and charismatic leader, and the believers of the Old Faith will obey his words.
On my way.
You have been hearing disturbing rumors from the villages northwest of Bedford. And when a messenger arrives from an old friend of yours from the area, you are certain that something bad is happening around there. Your friend Sir Gambolt wants to meet you in person, although his choice of meeting point is rather intriguing. The deep woods.
Yes, my liege. On my way.
There are new quarries in the hills of Poet that provide cheap stones as building materials. If you began trade talks to negotiate a long-term agreement for building supplies, it could be very useful for your relationship with the province.
On my way. On my way.
A small unseelie band is marching through your territory, moving from village to village, apparently looking for something or someone. They don't seem to care about mortals, and they have killed quite a few people as they go. Your subjects ask you to stop them before they take more lives.
On my way.
One of the recently found ruins is an ancient temple which holds several artifacts. However, the place is not entirely deserted. A hermit lives here, and although he obviously has no use for these items, he claims right of possession over them. received a request from the Bishop's Council concerning a few Christian villages that have recently come under intense Fomorian attacks. The villages survived because a she-sorceress decided to protect them for some reason. The problem is that now the villagers want to turn their backs on the Lord and convert to the old faith as a result. The council has no one to send there at the moment, so they turn to you for assistance in the matter. You've received a request from the Bishop's Council. A spell was cast. The enemy hero is casting a spell. The enemy hero is casting a spell. The enemy has cast a spell. The enemy has cast a spell. The enemy hero is casting a spell.
Fire!
Your units are in danger. Your unit is going to die. The enemy has cast a spell. A spell has been cast.
Fire!
Your units are in danger. The enemy hero is casting a spell. The enemy has cast a spell. A spell has been cast. The enemy hero is casting a spell. Your unit is going to die. Your soldiers are going to die. Your unit is going to die. Your soldiers are going to die. Your units are in danger. A spell was cast. enemy hero is casting a spell. A spell has been cast. Your spell was absorbed. The enemy has cast a spell. Your magic shield is under normal strength. Your men are going to die. A spell has been cast. Your magic shield is under normal strength. Your soldiers are going to die. A spell has been cast.
Yes, my lord. On my way.
Among the small provinces bordering Heartwood Keep, Brackenwood is the one that resembles the former forest of Bedegrain the most. The dense forest is filled with game, and wanderers might even glimpse some of the mythical shape changes or the flying talonfolk on the fertile fields. These two rare breeds of beasts have always got along, but the shrinking size of their natural habitat has caused bloody strife among them as they struggle for survival.
Ready to serve.
Your spell was absorbed. Your magic shield is under normal strength. Your magic shield is under normal strength. Your spell was absorbed. The enemy hero is casting a spell. The enemy has cast a spell. A spell has been cast. Your unit is going to die. A spell has been cast. Your men are going to die. Your soldiers are going to die. The enemy has cast a spell. Your spell was absorbed. Your men are going to die. Your men are going to die. Your hero is in grave danger. your unit is going to die.